Welcome back to another episode, GW. I'm Izzy Angeli, and this is Gweek from home. According to the Associated Press polling data, Democrat and former Vice President Joe Biden has secured 264 Electoral College votes, only 4 votes away from securing presidential victory. While Americans are still awaiting results from major swing states, Biden says he feels, quote, very good, end quote, about the potential outcome of this election and is urging his supporters to remain level-headed as mail-in votes continue to be counted. The states that haven't reported official results as of November 5th, 2020 are Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and North Carolina. In a brief conference in Wilmington, Delaware on Thursday, Biden said, quote, it is the will of the voters, no one, not anyone else, who chooses the President of the United States of America, end quote. At the time of this filming, President Donald Trump is pursuing court efforts to halt the counting of votes in certain states that show Biden in the lead, and is seeking a recount specifically in Wisconsin. However, judges in Michigan and Georgia swiftly dismissed those claims. As GW's men's and women's basketball teams are beginning official practices, the Smith Center now has a new feature on its court, the iconic Black Lives Matter fist and the letters BLM to demonstrate the team's commitment to Black lives. Director of Athletics, Tanya Vogel, said, quote, it is important for our colleagues and students to see evidence of true support as we fight racist ideas and work to root out racism in our country, end quote. While GW Athletics aren't endorsing a particular movement or organization, their main purpose is to show support and understanding to the basic principle that Black lives matter. The men's basketball head coach, Jamie Christian, said, quote, when I was a child, my mother and father cautioned me about the experience I would face as a Black man in America. Today, I am educating my son about that same experience, end quote. The unveiling comes after recent months of many professional athletic teams like the NBA using their platform to raise awareness and advocate for racial justice. 4 people were killed and 23 were injured in an attack on Vienna, Austria on Monday night. According to BBC, Austria's interior minister admitted that last summer, Slovakia warned about a gunman who went on a rampage in Vienna, but the claim was never followed up. Allegedly, suspects had tried to purchase ammunition for an AK-47 in July, and Slovakian authorities notified Austria of this. However, the report suggests that this attempt to buy bullets was unsuccessful. The gunman in question was released early from a prison sentence in December of 2019 for joining jihadists in Syria. The 20-year-old suspect was shot and killed by police 9 minutes after the attack began. Austrian Interior Minister Karl Nehammer said on Wednesday, quote, something obviously went wrong in communication, end quote. In recent news, the United States is facing one of its most important elections in history, all while COVID-19 pandemic has played a major role in the voting process. GW is taking all of the precautions to ensure a safe election environment for their students. Reporter Katie Coolidge has the story.
To all Americans, November 3rd, Election Day, is a very important day in which we can all exercise our right to vote in the United States. This specific general election is memorable because of the events and issues that have been brought up during the Trump presidency, as well as in 2020 alone. COVID-19 is also playing a major role in the dynamic of this election, as mail-in ballots and early voting have been a main source for protecting citizens from this virus. This year, GW is recognizing Election Day as a university holiday, canceling most synchronous online classes in an attempt to increase voting efforts. Cities all across the country are gearing up for whatever election results and news may break by boarding up businesses and government locations in the event of mass riots or protests. GW is also preparing its students for potential dangerous outcomes in DC. An email was sent out prior to November 3rd telling these students that are staying in or outside of campus to take precautionary measures. They are telling students to prepare as they would for a hurricane or blizzard. In order to understand the situation even more, we interviewed multiple GW students in all different situations to hear how they are coping with the election.
In preparing for the election, my roommate and I went out and we stocked up on food, supplies, like groceries, everything.
Picked out some movies and some shows to watch, and Basically just planning on not going out for at least a day or two, depending on the results and how people react to them.
Last night, we were out getting groceries and stuff because they told us we had to try to prepare just in case something were to happen in the city tonight or this week.
It is like a little scary and nervous just because everything is boarded up in DC right now, even my apartment building, stores, everything.
The apartment I'm living in has boarded up the windows and put in some extra security so that we'll be a bit safer.
I don't know, there was just kind of an eerie feeling.
It sort of looks like a ghost town right now. The shops are sort of emptying up their shelves. Everyone's buying stuff.
I plan on just watching the coverage as it unfolds and probably not going to sleep until president-elect or the incumbent president is determined.
Honestly, I'm just gonna stay in, make myself a nice dinner, watch a movie, probably stay up a little bit late to check out the results and see what's going on.
It is a little scary, but yeah, I'm ready to see what happens.
Now that students have voted, followed guidelines, and continue efforts to stay safe, the only thing left to do is wait for the results to prevail and watch to see how our country reacts. For Gweek, I'm Katie Coolidge.
Thanks, Katie. As Hurricane Eta is continuing to wreak havoc in Central America with torrential rain and whipping wind, weather forecasters are concerned that it will reemerge over Caribbean waters and then head towards South Florida. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center in Miami, on Thursday night, Eta weakened overland and was said to be a one-time tropical depression. However, the current models of the storm show it reorganizing and re-strengthening toward the Florida Straits. If Eta hits the U.S. coastline, it would break the record of most named storms to make landfall in a season. If it regains strength, as the models predict, it would break the record for most landfalling hurricanes in the U.S. As of Thursday morning, Eta is over Honduras. That's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to check us out at gw-tv.com or on Instagram at gweeknews.